How's it going, everybody? You're listening to Unlocked Radio right here on the Morning Show Central Radio Network. I am some crazy bald guy, and this is another dude that
has a lot of hair.
He isn't bald, and he wears hats and stuff. And we are two completely fictitious characters, and any resemblance we have to any famous figures, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Oh, we're also here to provide you with gaming news, gaming perspective, and gaming discussion, I believe. But
something like that.
Unnamed freak with long hair. Would you look through the files? We listed off those two dead guys we murdered, and see the ones we murdered to death, and see if they have any social media links or websites or any of any kind for this radio show we stole?
Avada Kedavra. All right, so apparently there's a Facebook, facebook.com/unlockedradio. I think there might be word pages in there. We got YouTube at youtube.com/unlockedradio. Twitter at unlockedradio. Follow these people.
Oh, man.
Well, us now, I guess.
Yeah, we're taking over. We stole their skin. Everything looks exactly the same.
Pretty much. All right.
It's the best cover.
Don't forget to check out mscradionetwork.com. Throw in a /watch, and you can watch us live and participate in chat.
Oh, yeah. There's some High on Sports or something.
Yeah.
Which is going to be on at 7.
Yep.
Right after us. And then everything in between at 8 with Tom Von Erich. We're going to have to try to keep up on those things because we're going to have to try to blend in here. Don't tell them. But let's figure out if there's any different ways to actually watch the show. We're going to need to know this stuff.
All right. Well, there's live Ustream at mscradionetwork.com/watch, and participate in the chat there. We got TuneIn Radio app on your mobile device. Search Morning Show Central, and we'll pop up, and you can listen to us there, I guess.
There's a bunch of different options. Calling toll-free at 888-668-0742 will also let you talk to us live here on the air and give your insight to our gaming news and gaming rants, or ask us questions, anything of that nature. But today on Unlocked Radio, evidently Wii U ships 300,000 units worldwide in the second quarter, yet is still hurting Nintendo profits. South Park: The Stick of Truth is delayed to March 2014. We recap discussions over the last week about last week's topic and how all of you felt about downloadable games. Then we ask you for your opinion on a new topic, which we'll discuss later in the show. Extra Life charity also comes under DDoS attack, and Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes ends its wait in spring of 2014. So, let's see. That pretty much covers about everything else. We did MSC Radio and all that. I should probably say a quick little tidbit about Lakewood Computers or anything like that, even though we don't have a copy in front of us.
Yeah, there's this Lakewood Computers, Joe's Lakewood Computers in Lakewood.
Hey, there it is.
There we go. All right. So Lakewood Computers at 14035 Madison Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44107-4531. Toll free 855-580-0768. If you're in need of computer repairs or just want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computers in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, they've been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. They purchase and sell pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner and cartridges and ink cartridges. In addition to cost-effective computers and computing products, they also provide service and repairs for HP LaserJet printers and a complete menu of personal as well as commercial computer repairs. With 29 years of professional experience, they are highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at www.joeslakewoodcomputers.com.
Man, just rolled right through that.
It's like I read it before.
Almost. I wish we had the same kind of consistency in reading our actual other articles and stuff, but we don't seem to be. Neither of us are that good at that sort of thing.
We'd only need like 15 minutes for the show then.
Right, that's very true. Speaking of those, let's move right along. Nintendo shipped approximately 300,000 Wii U units worldwide across the 3 months of July to September, nearly double what it did in the previous quarter. Despite the marked improvement, the company noted that the Wii U hardware still has a negative impact on profits, particularly because of the price cuts made to the system in the West. Nintendo reduced the Wii U Deluxe's North American price to $300 in August after shifting just 160,000 worldwide in its first fiscal quarter. Now, there's a lot of numbers to deal with here. The Wii U's lifetime shipment, the lifetime shipments are now up to 3.91 million, a figure almost matched by the 3.89 million 3DS units shipped across the first 6 months of Nintendo's fiscal year alone. Nintendo shipped around 2.5 million units of its handheld across quarter two, while Animal Crossing New Leaf and Tamagotchi Collection posted 6-month figures of 2.49 million and 1.63 million units. So the total 6-month figure for 3DS software shipments is 27.38 million, up considerably from the 11 million or so for the first 3 months, and the Wii U shows further improvement here, up to 6.3 million across 6 months compared to just over 1 million in the first 3. Nintendo's net profit across the first 6 months of its fiscal year $6.1 million. That's down considerably from the approximate $88 million net profit posted for the first 3 months, and translates an operating loss of $236 million. So if you thought the PS3 was doing bad, the company attributed this to advertising initiatives to increase sales as well as research and development on software for the Wii U, but we really know what it's about.
Yeah, people aren't buying it because other systems are better.
Yeah.
Not you can't charge the same price as everyone else if you're not offering the same quality product or the same features. For example, if I have a car that has 3 tires, I can't sell it for $20,000. If it doesn't have a transmission, you probably can't sell it for $25,000. But I mean, that's just what Wii U is trying to do.
Yeah, they're trying to, obviously, they're just thinking it from a business standpoint. Hey, let's try to make up for the losses. But as you raise prices to make up for losses, it's just going to create more losses. So hence the price cut in the West. They at least figured out in that respect. If you want to sell units, you're going to have to cut the price down a little bit. You're going to have to take that loss.
Well, that was why we actually sold so well in the first place, is because it was over $100 cheaper than the other other systems of that gen.
Yeah.
So
if you're going to be behind on performance, you better be cheaper and more
price.
affordable. Yeah. That way people will go, okay, this is a more family oriented system. This has more of little tidbits and nice new things to offer us at an affordable price. So regardless of the fact that the graphics aren't the best thing in the world and the performance isn't the best thing in the world, it provides us some new fun things to do for a lower, cheaper price.
Yep.
That makes it worth it. Right now, the Wii U is like, okay, I have a Sega Game Gear as a controller for my Wii, and I can also sort of play it on the go if I feel like it. But I can already do that with a 3DS, which has better games. So why do that? Why?
Yeah, a lot of issues, lot of problems, complications, some stuff that may or may not have been well thought through. Or maybe ahead of its time, and we just don't realize it. Or it could be 10 years behind its time. Again, not really sure yet. We'll see in the next year whether or not Wii U actually takes off and becomes, well, what Nintendo hopes.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if you make up on your loss.
All right. Ubisoft announced on Halloween that South Park Stick of Truth has been delayed to March 4th, 2014. Ubisoft acquired the game when it purchased THQ Montreal in January. Later announcing that the game would arrive this holiday season, Ubisoft's North America's president, Laurent Detoc, said in an announcement blog, "Within 3 weeks after acquiring the game, we sadly realized that we had to turn this whole thing upside down if we hoped to deliver the experience everyone wanted. It's been such a major overhaul to get to the point where we are that we couldn't let it go, even if that meant missing December." Ubisoft also unveiled a new gameplay trailer for the game, which clocks in at over 7 minutes long. Links to that on our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and our website. Trust us, all 7 minutes are worth watching.
All 7 minutes are worth watching, to be perfectly honest with you. I actually wanted to show the clip here today on the show, but the fact that it's 7 minutes long is going to prevent us from doing that while also being able to do anything else that we want to do. It'll take up a huge chunk of time, regardless of how entertaining it is. Basically, watching through the video, it turns into like a little bit of an action RPG-esque thing in full South Park. Like, not where it went 3D with the old South Park 3D racing game that they had, or the first-person shooter they had. It didn't bother with that. It looks just like the show. And I didn't realize, I was watching the demo, I was like, oh, okay, this is just going to be telling us what the story is going to be about, whatever. And next thing I know, there's suddenly just a HUD there, and there's little interactive things. I was like, wait, this was the game the whole time? It took me about a minute and a half before I realized that they were actually walking through the room when I thought it was just video. I didn't know that was actual gameplay until a thing came up to hit B, to skip. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. And then they showed the turn-based strategy element and them beating the crap out of each other with baseball bats and farting on people and creating fire and like throwing a dodgeball at something. It was actually really sweet to look at. I was like, you know what? South Park is a little bit more of my past. I feel like it's kind of gone out of it's lost its flavor. In a lot of aspects.
It's still really good. Unfortunately, we've matured to a point where it's not quite our cup of tea anymore.
Right.
It's still enjoyable.
Yeah, you can still go back and catch a few, like 1 or 2 episodes a season might be like really, really good.
Yeah, but there's really no point in watching every single episode when it comes out anymore because, again, we've matured, we've grown up. It's really not that important to us anymore. However, I do still have some serious love for the N64 snowball fight game they came out with.
Yeah, it's like that one was. It was fun to be able to do that. Against that was your instead of your karate chop for like GoldenEye, you had the snowball, and then you could hit the Y button or whatever to piss on it, and then throw the piss ball.
And then there was water balloons. There was I gotta say, like there was definitely it was a wonderful game.
It was still it was still fun. Like this one looks like it just blends in with the show, and then next thing you know, like. Honestly, if someone else played through that, I would think it was an episode as long as they did it for a half an hour.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was.
Well, hopefully the gameplay lasts a little more than half an hour.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like South Park would have the balls to do something like that, to actually like play the episode out like it was an actual video game, show up in HUD and everything, and you'd be sitting there going, "Oh man, I wish I could play this," and done.
Yeah.
Like they had it could easily, like if you were playing it, let's say if someone didn't see you with the controller, you were like way back in the far end of like a bigger room and had a big enough TV, and someone else just walked into the room like a middle door and looked at the TV, they would have no idea you were playing a video game. They would just think that was some sort of gimmick that South Park was doing.
Yeah.
That's how good it looks. I
mean, South Park has done things like that in the past. And I mean, you can't go wrong with a video game that's actually enjoyable to watch.
Right.
I just forgot the name of that one game.
That was also a show, or just something that was just really good to watch?
It had really, really good cinematics that like you didn't want to skip. You had the option, but you didn't want to.
That sounds like Uncharted.
I want to say The Last of Us.
Last of Us is one of those, yeah. Last of Us, Uncharted,
Deadpool. You could just watch the game and just
that
laugh.
was a lot of fun.
So I mean, like, you didn't even have like someone else is playing it. And you're like, can I play? Yeah, dude, just give me a minute. 4 hours later, you're still sitting there like, this is awesome. Not even playing. You just love it.
Yeah, they did a lot of it. Moving along, though, last week we asked you guys how you felt about downloadable games. This generation brought with it a new wave of downloadable games, and the upcoming Xbox One and PS4, as you know, are pushing downloads harder than ever. Even the handheld space is getting in on the action, with recently released Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies, which is an incredibly long-winded title, but that was one of the main things we talked about last week, was that being available exclusively as a download in North America. It's the only way that Capcom was willing to get rid of it for us. Among current platforms, it seems that PC players are the most comfortable with the concept, with 84% of respondents saying that they purchase downloadable games on PC. That's perhaps not too surprising given the popularity of services like Steam, GOG.com, and Desera, but the balance shifts as we move down the line, with almost 72% purchasing downloadable games on consoles like Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Wii U, while only 62% of respondents downloaded games on handhelds like the 3DS and PlayStation Vita. The reason for not buying a downloadable game, however, was split between two choices. 39% prefer to have a physical product, while 38% think downloadable games should be cheaper than the retail counterparts. Meanwhile, only 12% worry that their games might disappear if services like Steam or Xbox Live, Arcade, or PSN ever shut down, because that's not really as realistic of a thing. All of us understand how it goes to physical product versus the cheaper thing. We argued that a whole lot last week.
Yep.
Small number of respondents, 7%, they worry about the games not transferring to the next generation of consoles. Spoiler, they won't. But very few, only 3%, are concerned with the cost of hard drives and memory cards. Because, we plan on buying all sorts of different ones of those anyway. Everyone has a flash drive, and Xbox already made the thing where now you can convert any flash drive you have into hard drive space for the Xbox. You can do that as a memory card, which makes it real good.
I mean, knowing the way technology goes, obviously in the next year or 4, I'd probably get like a year or 2 before I start seeing 1 terabyte, Xbox hard drives. So,
right. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. I mean, commenters on different sites and on my Facebook, on the show page and everything. Also, a lot of people share their opinions through random conversations at the bar. And, everyone offered a more nuanced point of view that are tricky to convey in a static poll. But this is one of the biggest questions of this generation on consoles in particular, and people have lots of reasons for making the choices they do. And it's like that one, the downloadable games is obviously one of the bigger things we had to say. The biggest one being like, if I'm downloading something and not getting a full value thing, everybody pretty much agree that that's bullshit.
Yeah. Like downloadable demos.
Right. Like if I'm going to download a game, I'm not getting a full physical product. I shouldn't have to pay for all the other stuff, which is obviously shipping and everything else, putting it on stock on a shelf and everything that we already explained all those different things. Like why? It's obviously we're not crazy. Everyone agrees that there's that's the reason why things cost so much in full physical or retail copies. So why shouldn't it be like cheaper doing it the other way? And like there's like a thing. I can't remember what Adobe did. It was something like that. I think I just wanted a copy of Premiere, and there was a whole subscription that you could get. It was like $50 a month, but there was a special going on for like $20 a month for like 6 months. But it basically gives you all of those tools that you have that are like Photoshop and everything. The things that are like $300 to like $900 a piece for those programs. Those are all available if you just for a 1 month subscription. You could just download them and stream them and do them however you could choose to stream them. You could choose to download them as hardware, and you had access to all of them at once.
Yep.
So, and that makes things so it was obviously a lot cheaper than spending $900 per program.
At least for the time being.
Yeah, at least for the time being. But it's like that made sense. It's like they're like, all right, we understand that it should be cheaper. Like, and it should be. It's cheaper for them too.
Yeah, I mean, it may all make sense, I guess. But
there's obviously that was last week's thing. Like most people ended up agreeing with us. That was the point of that. But we're going on to a different thing that comes on with Sony. You have the story on that. There's another little thing that I kind of want to get your guys' opinion on.
Yeah, all right, so Sony outlined the day one features of the PlayStation 4 this week. But, surprisingly, one of the company's most controversial announcements had nothing to do with the games at all. According to the PS4 FAQ, the PlayStation 4 won't support MP3 audio playback or even audio CDs, but the console can't stream media... won't support MP3 feedback or audio CDs, and it can't stream media from a PC. In other words, you'll only be able to listen to music on the PS4 through Sony's Music Unlimited service. The service also supports custom in-game soundtracks, which means it looks like you're going to have to spend a little extra money if you want to listen to music. So, regarding both MP3 and media server support, Sony notes that it appreciates customer feedback and is exploring possibilities. So, it is possible things could change. Sony will also be announcing other entertainment services before the launch, so internet radio apps aren't out of the picture just yet. And many internet radio services won't work. Many internet radio services work just fine through the console's web browsers. As of right now, however, existing personal music collections outside of the Music Unlimited have not been nixed.
Well, they have been nixed.
Oh, they have been nixed. Sorry.
That's the problem.
Having some reading issues. Anyways, that dude outside probably, that I hid behind the dumpster, he might have done this better. But anyways, that makes this week's question and discussion pretty simple. Is listening to music on game consoles an important feature? Multimedia features have been a big part of this generation, with game consoles doing everything from Netflix to Facebook to broadcasting UFC fights. Is your personal music collection an essential component for the console experience? Give us your votes, comments, questions, opinions, etc. We'll share and discuss them after the break. Again, morningshowcentral.com/watch.
Yep, and for those of you who are already doing that and you have to go somewhere, tune in radio.
And then
straight up, easily.
Then the phone number was what, 886?
888-668-0742. That'll allow you to call in if you're having Wi-Fi issues, like one of the people in our chat here who's been crying about doing stuff at the Tri-C at the college. Do that, or you can... The TuneIn Radio will allow you to do that just fine. You'll be able to listen to the show, and then you can just call in and speakerphone that shit, and just talk to us right there. We can get your opinions there in the chat.
Exactly.
Any of you that are doing that sort of thing, because we obviously it would seem kind of trivial. It might seem trivial if you think about it just for 5 seconds. Think about the not being able to play music on your console. At first 5 seconds, you go, "Who cares?" But then you think about all the other different types of things that you could do with it, like if you just have it up on your TV at a party, or want to create your own custom in-game soundtrack, if you're just running around shooting stuff, then it kind of gets a little bit more of a thing. But we'll get more around that later on. Like we said, do you actually do it? Like all those questions, comments, everything, give that in the chat, and we'll talk about them later on in the episode. Right now, I want to get into a more little thing, something that kind of makes me a little bit sad. Extra Life, a charity organization which raises money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals, has had its website come under DDoS attack, according to a post on the organization's Facebook page. Jeremy Adams, founder and director of Extra Life, repeatedly apologized for the issue and asked fans to spread the word on every form of social media they could. Adams wrote, quote, "I am not sure what kind of person would DDoS a charitable initiative. I am so sorry that you are going through this frustration today. On our entire team is purely heartbroken that someone anyone would do this, but it has happened. As frustrating as this is for everyone involved, it pales in comparison to what the kids we're trying to save go through. That reality, for me personally, is about the only thing keeping me somewhat calm right now." End quote. So post on the group's Facebook page say the page has been returned to normal and is now up and running, but at the time of this writing, as in time, like everything, all this information, it seems that to be experiencing difficulty. Then Extra Life has confirmed that it has been forced offline once again after battling back from a disturbed denial of service attack earlier Saturday. The organization tweeted at 4:45 p.m. that they've been hit again, but it says, quote, "We've been hit again, but we're digging our heels in and we'll get things back up as soon as we can. Stick with us." Then they tweeted again at 5:48 that the organization website was once again live. So we have the denial of service attack, basically preventing anyone from donating to that, allowing them to use that charity service, disrupting their ability to communicate with the charity itself, to communicate with the Facebook page, communicate with the donators, and vice versa. All those things going back and forth, so that you can't help somebody out with a gaming charity or going to kids. Like, why? Just to be an asshole?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. Like,
and I really hope it burns when they piss, because that fucking hooker they raped in the back alleyway. Because I'm just saying, this is a fucking charity organization. Why the hell are you fucking hacking
right?
it?
Like, what are you getting out of it?
Yeah, what do you gain from this bullshit? Like, come on, guys, get with the fucking program, grow up, be a real man, and fucking rob a bank. I didn't tell you to do that.
We didn't tell you to do that. That's because, the actual host of this station, Chip and Rio, they did not tell you to do that. We, the people who have stolen the skin after we murdered them, they'll probably be revived later. But in the meantime, we're responsible for that, not them.
Wait, so
like I said, we look alike, but we look like them. But I promise you, any resemblance is purely coincidental.
Which one was Chip and which one was Rio?
I don't know. Let's see. Which one was in the passenger seat?
The bald one.
Yeah. When we threw that tree trunk out in front of them and they crashed, and
yeah, that was the bald one.
Yeah, that's okay. That one was. I think that one was Rio.
Roll your own. Got it.
Gotcha.
All right. Anyways. All right. Konami will release Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes as a standalone prologue to MGS5 Phantom Pain next spring. And both games are confirmed to be coming to Xbox One, PS4, PS3, and Xbox 360. Konami UK tells us the packaged current-gen versions will be sold at only £30, while downloadable versions are priced at £20 on current-gen systems and £30 on Xbox One and PS4. It's unclear whether or not there will be a packaged next-gen version as well. While it is yet to be confirmed, we'd say that would translate into prices below $60 in America, and it's also unknown when Phantom Pain itself will be released. The relationship between Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain has been complicated as Metal Gear Solid plot, but today's news brings some definite clarity to proceedings. Ground Zeroes was revealed first, then Phantom Pain cropped up after being teased as a game by fake outfit Moby Dick Studios. Once Phantom Pain was revealed to be a Metal Gear entry, it was then thought it and Ground Zeroes were part of the same game. Konami then stepped in to clarify they are separate games, and this brings us to today's resolution. In the words of series creator Hideo Kojima, then the advanced capabilities of the Fox engine have allowed me to tell the new story in a new way. There will be a significant difference in what Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain brings to the series, so we want to ease players into new open-world environments and its potential. As such, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes has been designed to introduce key elements, allowing them to fully benefit from all that the new game will offer, end quote.
Yeah, so they basically took the new game and split it into two. Now, their excuse is that they want to ease you into the open world thing. I'm pretty sure we all know how an open world environment works right now. We know how a Metal Gear Solid game plays out, and we know how an open world game plays out. We've played the middle ground between the two. We've played Deus Ex, we've played Assassin's Creed, we've played Uncharted, we've played Splinter Cell, we've played Metal Gear Solid, we've played Red Dead Redemption,
We played Mario Brothers.
we played Grand Theft Auto. We played all these little games that all pretty much go into the same way. We're gamers. We can figure this out.
Yeah, we really don't need to like buy the game and see gameplay enough. We'll figure it out from there.
Right.
So you throw a trailer up on YouTube. We'll decide whether or not we want to buy it, and we'll figure out what type of game it is, classify it, and give a full review to our friends before its release date. Then when it comes out, everyone will be bitching because we were wrong.
Maybe. But, like, all right, they're saying it's going to be under $60 per thing. That might be okay. But are you really just trying to milk more money out of this? To try to get one here, like, all right, let's put one out that we can now, soon, get some $60 out of that, and make ourselves still relevant while biding time to print out the second half? Or how about for us as gamers, we want a much larger bang for our buck to put the whole goddamn thing into one container for $60, charge us for that, and then we have a super long game with a lot more content.
Or 80 or 90. Like, I'd pay $90 for 2 full-length games.
Yeah.
Brand new.
Together, yes, not 90 each, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's 90 total between the two, then, yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, the Fox says that's a good bargain.
Yeah, yeah. Despite what you may think, the translation is that the Fox says that's a good bargain. $45 per game.
It breaks down to be saving you money, and it's awesome.
They do, yeah. They did say that it's going to be less than $60. Now, maybe they'll even take into effect digital downloads and things. Maybe downloading, if you buy the first one, being able to download the second half of it and just add it on to it. Maybe you can do that. That might actually be awesome. And then just pay like $10 and get the rest of it. That'd be sweet.
And I'm just saying that'd be awesome because then you only have to leave your mom's basement once to go buy the game.
Once. The rest of the time you can sit in there and continue to order delivery pizza. You know.
Pizza.
Yeah, no, we don't really want to talk about pizza. Don't worry about what we said.
Those Ninja Turtles keep leaving boxes on my front porch. I swear, man, it's starting to get aggravating. I mean, I understand the sewer grate is right there, but the trash can's not much farther than my doorstep, and you're ninjas for Christ's sake.
They left the pizza on the doorstep. That's better than a lot of things they could leave on your doorstep.
They leave the box.
Well, sorry, the box.
I don't want an empty pizza box. What does turtle poop even look like?
I don't know.
Someone send me a picture on my personal, well, not my personal Facebook, but the other dude's first personal Facebook, that Charles Schick dude.
Yeah.
Send a picture of turtle poop. Because I want to know what that looks like.
Oh, geez.
Post it on his wall. Just smear turtle shit all over his wall.
I don't know. Well, if you can smear literal poop on his virtual Facebook page, then that'd be awesome. But when we come back, do you use your console for listening to music? Yes? No? Sometimes?
Or watching porn?
How do you listen to your music on your console most often? Your personal MP3 collection? Do you stream music to your console from a computer? Do you use internet radio apps like Last.fm or TuneIn? Do you use the web browser on your console for internet radio? Do you listen to music via physical media like CDs? Will the PS4's music limitations make you reconsider buying one? Give us your answers in the chat or call into the show toll-free at 888-668-0742, and we will discuss your opinions and ours after the break. Bust out your old Vision Pro Laserdisc for no apparent reason. You're listening to Unlocked Radio. We will be back in 10.
Something like that.
Something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve your overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com.
I know. Oh
my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. And almost taste Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment. And they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. With hundreds of live weather products and layers and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and store monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another Farmville request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one Farmville request at a time. MSC Radio Network has just tweeted the following. This bowel movement won't come out. Check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/MSC Radio Network. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll-free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
Heat 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Uncensored Net Noise. Every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here. Uncensored Net Noise. On morningshowcentral.com. Hey, Unsigned Bands.
You are jam-packed.
Hey, Unsigned Bands. Want your music heard?
Yeah!
Shoot us an email with the name of the band and the MP3 of the song. Send it to show@morningshowcentral.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningshowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com. Yo, it's Woody. Now, I know a thing or two about women, and I want to help all the ladies out there take care of their men. Happy Endings Orgasmically Organic Massage Oil. Yeah, I said orgasmically organic, made right here in Cleveland. Now, no other product delivers this level of purity and performance. It's guaranteed to improve your overall experience and keeps that sensitive skin soft and smooth. Guys, don't be a tool. You're doing it anyway. Might as well do it right. Get your happy ending at happyendingsoil.com. That's happyendingsoil.com. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com.
We are back with more Unlocked Radio right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. Before the break, we talked about Wii U, South Park, Stick of Truth, downloadable games, Extra Life, DDoS attacks, and Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and Phantom Pain. Now we're going to get back to the music, the console music thing. The console, obviously, we talked about PS4 deciding that they were just going to drop the ability to play your music CDs, upload your people who just copy the CDs and burn a bunch of different songs, the old stuff to play while they're driving around cars in Grand Theft Auto and things like that, playing all sorts of different music. Some people still use this ability, some people don't, so I guess they decided that people aren't going to be using it as much. And
if they are, they need to use the PlayStation exclusive brand name PlayStation Media Box or whatever it was called.
Yeah, that thing that they decided to just put out some stuff and they go, hey, you can use it this way. The Sony's Music Unlimited service.
Yeah, that one.
Now, the thing is I've gone to plenty of parties in my day where people, and even in the last year or so, where people are still pulling up the Last FM and things like that on their Xbox 360 or on their PS3 and playing that music just right from the TV, right in their living room while they play beer pong, while they play drinking games, Kings, whatever else you may do. So that service, those services still run. That's why that Last FM and TuneIn and things like that, they still provide those kinds of apps and things for the console. Now, Sony is just deciding that they're just not going to do it anymore. Now, are they just trying to milk more money for that shit just to get you to use their...
Well, they actually didn't specify in the article that they were charging for the PlayStation Limited Music service.
Right, so we don't know just yet.
But I have a funny feeling there's going to be some kind of cost entailed to it. Because you're going to have to buy the music from them and download it, or you're going to have to pay for a membership, to utilize it and just download free stuff like, the new Napsters or whatever. By the way, also during the break, people did actually post turtle poop on Facebook. So
they did indeed. I wasn't expecting that, especially not that fast. But
yeah, 2 people posted turtle poop. 1 a video, 1 pictures.
Oh jeez.
So
all right. So If this is the case, if they're getting rid of this, granted, I don't really play music CDs and stuff like that. You did it back, and they started out back with PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. They've all done it.
Even the original Xbox, I used to download all my music to and just do it that way.
Right. I would go to sleep with that shit.
Yeah.
I would have it on the TV and just be playing it while I was sitting downstairs. We'd, have a couple of beers, end up passing out on the couch, something like that, while just listening to games, whatever else. It was great to have it on the TV and just play through some music while I'm cleaning my room and stuff like that. You would do that.
No. Dina posted something there too, I believe.
This guy posted something. My girlfriend posted something. We have a couple things on there.
Yeah, I have Dina.
A multitude of turtle poop. Let's get 4. Let's get 1 piece of turtle poop from each of the Ninja Turtles. Let's do that. Let's not do that.
Would they be different colors?
I don't know if they would be different colors or not. Did they poop their respective colors?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see a picture of turtle poop.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe make this bigger, I guess. There we go. Turtle poop.
Can we zoom in on that? Is it going?
We don't have anyone there to work the camera right now, so I will put the turtle poop away.
Yeah, well, you guys will be able to see it. We'll probably post a link to it on the Facebook page just for the sake of it. And you'll be like, and for those of you who didn't watch the episode, they'll be like, what?
Why is there turtle poop everywhere?
Yeah, like, what was going on today? What did I miss? And then they'll have to go back and rewatch the episode and see what's going on, see all the fun stuff they missed that you guys didn't miss because you're tuning in right now. I hope.
Yep.
Thank you.
Love you, listeners.
All right, so we're getting on to the doing the music thing. Now, I like the idea of just being able to, when I'm just randomly just doing some side missions and things in certain games, or if I'm playing like first-person games, like just doing a couple of rounds of just deathmatch and things, or if I'm playing a racing game specifically, and I don't want to listen to the soundtrack that they provide, I want to listen to my music.
Yeah, Tony Hawk was one of my biggest things with that. They had a wonderful soundtrack, they really did. And you could pick and choose which songs you wanted to turn off.
Right, but eventually, if you just listen to only that, it would get old.
Yeah, well,
you don't want the songs you like on there to get old.
Well, my problem is, like, the songs I liked on there, I would end up going out and buying the CD anyways. Oh, look, now I have them in my music collection. Just make this a better music collection.
Yeah.
And ta-da. So, that was me. I really liked that aspect. With my original Xbox, I had the little remote thing, and I'd set it up, hey, watch a DVD. As soon as the DVD's done and the credits are done, instead of going back to the menu, flip over and just play this playlist.
Right. So, I mean, you personally, how do you normally go about with you listening to music on your games? Do you do it while you play it? Do you listen to just things that you rip from your old CDs? Or do you actually, use a Last FM or tune in or anything like that?
I actually have never even connected my Xbox to the internet.
No, well.
So.
Yeah, see, I do it sometimes, especially if I'm just running around, I'm cleaning the house, things like that. I do like to have a little bit of music going on there. It's easy to just have it right there on the TV, and the controller works as a wonderful remote from a distance instead of having to walk back up to the laptop and type something else in to try to search for some more stuff. That helps a lot. I like being able to do that. I especially like being able to take a personal music selection and putting it into the game. Now, in certain games, certain more cinematic style story type games, you don't really do that. But something like Grand Theft Auto, you would. Something like Gran Turismo and Need for Speed, you definitely would.
Oh, yeah.
And
Project Gotham Racing, again, great soundtrack, but I'd rather listen to my own music. Thank you. Because there's certain music I like to listen to when I'm driving fast.
Yeah.
Drive it like I stole it.
Which is something that you can do in video games that you can't do in real life.
Yeah.
Which is why we get the games in the first place.
I can't say, I drive real fast, I don't drive slow, I'm doing 25. I can't blare that on my car, so I just decide, hey, what, racing game, I got a Ferrari, I'm hitting 290 miles an hour, guess what? Dink.
Yeah.
Play that shit.
So we have, first off, last week we were talking about the downloadable games. They're being pushed a little bit more. They want you to pay for some downloads, pay the full same price for things. Now they're going to go and try to block your ability to listen to your own music, and they want you to download that too. Now you're going to have to deal with the Sony's. Yes, even if the Sony Music Unlimited thing is not going to be charged to listen to, you don't have to pay for a subscription or anything like that. There's still going to be DRM factors in there, most likely. Certain limitations you're going to have. So you're going to have whatever their selection of music is. What if the more off the wall artists and
local bands, stuff like that, you're not going to have that. And even if they do have it and they let you import it, even if they don't charge you to download songs or whatever, they're going to put some kind of restriction like, oh, you can only have so much music in your little file here, or or you're still even if it's unlimited, you have to go through and find and track down all the songs that you had on there before, all the songs you wanted to listen to, all the songs you want to listen to, and re-download them.
Now, gain access,
and that's if the songs are free and if the service is free. Now, if they're charging for either one of those, it becomes even more of a hassle. So even at best, you're still pissing people off.
Right. And someone in the chat just asked if they should strike a deal with iTunes. Like, that's kind of the problem. Yes, that could allow for a pretty good selection because iTunes does provide the ability for you to, for even local artists can send their music in. I know a couple bands that a friend of mine actually auditioned for as a lead singer, and like they're local Cleveland bands, and they were able to get their music on iTunes. So now they can make money doing that. That's not a bad option, but not everybody wants to pay $1 a song to just have these things like. What if I already have the CD? Now, through Sony Music Unlimited, I'll have to go re-download and repay for these things if I already have them?
Yeah, you're buying the same thing you already bought.
Right, just so I can listen to it on my video game.
Which is a lot of the biggest issue with, these downloadable games. A lot of people were stating that they were, it's not going to be ready for the next gen. It's not, it's not backwards or forwards compatible. Mm-hmm. So now you have to pay to re-download these games over and over and over, and you're paying for these downloads repeatedly. And it's annoying.
Yeah, it really
is. Not
to
mention, say, your PlayStation Red Rings. Do you have to go out and buy the song again, or is it saved on your, user account information that you already have it, or what? Like, how are they setting it up like that? That's the part that's really starting to confuse me. Mm-hmm. And, you still have, again, that big issue that we're going to have with the fact that you're paying for music you already have.
Yeah, because obviously they're not going to just... Now, there's a possibility that you'll be allowed to, if you have the full copy of a CD that's not burnt or anything else that you actually went and bought in a store, that there will be some sort of code in there where you could pop it into your CD. It would recognize it through the Sony Music Unlimited system or through the server, and they would be able to recognize that you have these songs, and they would download those. They would let you download those for you for free. That's a possibility. But how does that play into actual in-game with your own personal soundtrack in a video game? Are you going to have to log into your Sony Music Unlimited, wait for that, make a playlist, go back and forth between gaming screens and things like that? Is it going to allow you to do that at all? Or would it just be, I can use Sony Music Unlimited through the main menu while I'm not playing a game, but if I play a game, I'm pretty much boned?
Either way, you're looking at the short end of the stick. I mean, it really doesn't look like that. Like it's going to be that smooth or streamlined. There's going to be some issues, and if they don't resolve the issues, if the cost does become a factor and maintain it as a factor, any of these multitudes of problems, you're going to end up having someone creating a pirate service for it. Because that's what we do. Yeah. If things aren't fair, if things are overpriced, if things aren't running the way they're supposed to be running, and the consumer is getting fucked in the ass, no lube with a pineapple, we're gonna fucking create some kind of pirate service, and we're gonna steal the fucking shit from goddamn corporations. All right. I feel a lot better getting all that vulgarity out in one sentence.
All right. So we have a couple of opinions here in the thing saying with syncing with an iPod is not that big of an issue. As long as you have an account, it's saved in there. You can re-download it for free anytime. Yes, that's with iTunes. We don't know that Sony Music Unlimited will allow you to do that. And if that's the case, you still have to have those actual copies of a CD, which a lot of people just don't do anymore. Because with music has come a long way with as far as digitally downloading music.
Yep.
A lot of artists nowadays actually have the ability with I can't remember all the different services that allow it, but basically you can choose to pay anywhere between 1 cent and $1 million, whatever you choose to donate to that. Like you have to pay at least a penny.
Yeah.
But you can choose to donate however much money you see fit to that band to download the album. And they have like a minimum requirement for however you want to do that. And a lot of people, some people just set it off as $10. Some people set it off as $5. Some people set it as $1. Some people set it as $0.25. I think Radiohead was one of the first people to do that. It was like 5 cents minimum, and then you could download their album, and you chose what you felt was worth it to pay them for that album.
Yep.
So you have those options. There's a lot of options to download music nowadays where you don't even have to download it illegally if you don't want to. Like you can choose to get the actual a really good quality, high quality sound for it if you choose to buy it, and because you don't have to spend automatically like $10, $15 as you would going out and buying it at a store. And how many CD stores are really available anymore? Like in actual CD stores, like FYE's. I mean, I see those things shut down left and right. Best Buy's audio section went from like 20 aisles down to literally 1 aisle. It's 1 aisle now.
Yep.
So that's not even an option anymore.
One of the biggest things in a lot of those stores is like the ones that revolved solely on music are shutting down. The ones that have, hey, we buy and sell used games and iPhones, guess what? They're still in business for a reason, guys. Because the music industry, it's not working the way it used to.
Right. Most bands make their money on live shows nowadays. That's how they do. Live shows,
and
tours,
T-shirt
and everything
sales.
else. Yeah, pretty much. All their merch sales at live shows. So again, the live shows are what makes their money. They know that people are going to be downloading their music all the freaking time.
Dude, half the shows I've gone to in the past year and a half, you walk up to the band's table, it's like, hey man, $15, I got you a T-shirt and a CD. Well, you know what? I know for a fact that shirt cost them $7 to make because of the company they used to do it and the box that it's shipped in, because I can see the box sitting behind the merch table. So I know it's costing them $7. Now, if the CD's $5, they're getting $3 for the shirt, $5 for the CD. There are also bands that will just walk around and hand you a CD as a promotion, like, hey, my band, played earlier on.
Little promo EP.
I saw you came in a little late, hey, here's a 10-track CD. Give us a listen, see what you think. We're going to be playing here in another month. Take a look, check us out, And you know what? That is actually a lot more effective than me, going on iTunes and trying to download a song and it's like, hey, also suggested. No, I don't care about what you think I'm going to like, iTunes.
Right. People nowadays, they have their Facebook page up, they show YouTube, they have a YouTube page, they have a SoundCloud, and they promote all their music and they let full songs go for free. They don't let you download them, but they'll let you listen to them whenever you want, and then sometimes they'll allow you to download them, sometimes they won't, but they're basically letting you listen to everything, not just a little 10-second snippet, not just little promotion things. They'll let you listen to everything and go, okay, if you like this, please support us by buying our albums, buy T-shirts, things like that. Most of the time, they just try to advertise selling you merch, not the albums or CDs themselves.
Hey, buy a bumper sticker for $1. Here's a free CD. Give us a listen. Come check us out, another show or something.
Right.
Buy a shirt then. Guess what? We just made $3 because we gave you a free CD that cost us 15 cents to make.
Yeah. Now, and again, another comment here in the chat says, yes, PS3 does have a pretty good system to check out for bootlegs. It will cut the audio in bootleg DVDs. Now, yes, it will do that. Now, if people just want to listen to what they already have, what if they just have a mix CD that they burnt 2 years ago, just on a CD? Now they can't play it because it's not legitimate, and the Sony network is just going to cut it off. That's their music. They should be able to listen to it how they see fit. It's got a CD tray. Put it in there. Let them listen to it.
Yeah. There's a huge issue with that, and they've been becoming more and more asinine with it, not realizing, hey, the stricter you are about what we're allowed to do, the more you're trying to charge us. Guess what? The more we're going to try to steal it because now it's no longer worth what you're charging. That's a huge issue. For example, stores like Spencer's, I guarantee you drop your price 20%, which isn't too much. I mean, I'm sorry, $30 for a belt buckle, little extreme.
Right.
Charge, I don't know, 15, 20. People are more inclined to buy it.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
As opposed to stealing.
Your goal, a lot of businesses don't realize your goal is not to make all that money back for what you're putting into it right off the rip. You're trying to get as many people to want and buy your product as humanly possible that isn't just straight up losing you money. If you can literally make a product for $5 and sell it for $10, yes, that is not paying everything you need to make a massive profit, but if it's that cheap, enough people will continue to buy it over and over again and can continue to buy your product, and that way you're making all those sales in the long run. Yes, you have to make more sales to do it, but that's what you want. You want to have that many people buying your product.
You want more people in your store spending
paying for your
money.
Service.
You want more people, coming back. You want repeat business. You want word of mouth to spread.
Yeah.
Someone's like, hey, dude, I like that, hoodie. Where'd you get that? And it's like, all right, I bought it here. I paid $90 for it. No. I paid $30 for this, and this is a Harry Potter hoodie from Universal Studios. Come on, guys. It's not that bad. And you know what? This is actually fleece-lined. I like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do. The Sony Music Unlimited, we're going to have to see what it comes out with and what it actually is going to offer us. And as long as it's allowing us to do what we want and maybe having some sort of way to download those things. If we can download whatever we want for free or listen to it, stream it however we want for free, and it gives us a good enough variety, then yes, that'll be all right. But if it's going to do something like iTunes where it forces us to download everything, have all sorts of restrictions out the ass, then it's not going to work out.
Well, even iTunes will at least convert your files over to their own file type if you already have that music.
That's true. All right, we're just about out of time, so I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in to Unlocked Radio. We are your hosts, Chip and Rio. Well, we are the embodiments of your
doppelgangers.
host. Yes, and we will be here every Monday to provide you with gaming news, gaming perspective, and gaming discussion. Remember to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and check out our website. Also, show some love to Morning Show Central because they make all of this possible, and they put up with our shit. So help them out.
And watch, got High on Sports coming up right now, followed by Everything in Between Radio. Check them out, guys. Woo! Peace.